Hi, sixth grade parents. My name is Claudine Jamba, and I thought I would take the opportunity to introduce myself. Your child has me for English 6, and so I am sending you kind of a welcome email so that you can put a name and a face together and kind of have a brief walkthrough of some of the different things that we are bringing into Glasgow Middle School. So, a little bit more about me. Um, I have an undergraduate Bachelor's of Science degree in elementary education. I have a graduate master's degree in curriculum instruction with an emphasis in literacy, and I have over 20 graduate hours above my master's degree in language arts studies. So I really hope that I'm modeling the lifelong learner. I'm still taking webinars and classes and keeping current on things, even though my formal education has pretty much come to an end. I'm still interested in learning and demonstrating that for students. Right now, we are a Google Apps for Education school, which means that a lot of the things that our students are using are in that Google format, whether it be Google Drive, Google Slides, Google Classroom, and that really has been where the bulk of my education has come for the last couple of years as I've done different things with that. I have been teaching for, it's really hard to believe, but 24 years now. I'm entering my 24th year of teaching. I started small with kindergartners and preschool and kind of did some middle things with fourth and fifth grade reading and math and kind of found a home at middle school. And so I'm happy to call sixth graders home as well. So I love middle school kids. I hope that I never get moved around if I don't have to, because the middle school is right where I enjoy seeing them grow developmentally. And there's lots of wonderful things that you can do with middle school kids. So, excuse me. So I thought that I would introduce to you the school district page if you haven't already, web page if you haven't already navigated to this yet. You find my page under classes and counselors, Glasgow Middle School, down to Mrs. Jamba. And if you click on that, there are a few more steps that you have to navigate through because I have built my own Google site. I took a kind of comprehensive class in doing that. So I'm still working on that, and there are several of us who are working on that as well. So it's really kind of exciting. So I'm going to move myself here in the middle so that you can see this is the Google site that I have built, and I would like to make you aware of a few things. First of all, under the parent links, you have information that you can use just for planning purposes if you're going to be gone, or you want to know what day is a red day in February. There are links to the school calendar, the red and white block schedule calendar, which yes are available on the district web page, but I like to put them here as well because sometimes just having things related to my classroom all in one spot is a good thing. The third tab down is the ability to sign up for my Remind app. If you're not familiar with Remind, Remind is a one-way, it can be two-way text messaging service. So if I want to send out a Remind message to students who are signed up, you would have to enter a particular code or text a certain code to receive those. So the idea behind it being, if I want to send out a reminder like, don't forget this essay is due on this day, if your child has entered in that code or if you have entered in that code, you will get those notifications. Now, I do have the texting feature enabled so that it is two-way. So for instance, if you were working on something later after school and you wanted an answer to a question, you could text me to ask that question and I would answer back. I do have office hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. As long as it's within those office hours, I will be glad to address that. And if it falls outside of those hours, then just go ahead and shoot me an email. I'm up pretty early and I'm here at school usually by 7:30. So just have them come and hunt me down and find me. There is a link here for the sixth grade syllabus so that you can see exactly how we do things in language arts. Our language arts department 6-8 has really worked to streamline a lot of the rules and things that and procedures that we do in class to be streamlined in uniform, so that as the kids are moving from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, some things are changing, but the bulk of how we do things really isn't, so that it is easier to kind of navigate from year to year. So I'm happy to provide that link to that syllabus. Now, in the first days of school, as kids are going to different classes, of course, we're shooting all that information at them. I wanted you to be aware of a few things in my classroom. First of all, this is the link to the syllabus. The kids are actually going to be in a screencast station, so that we will be going over all this information very quickly, because as we all well know, those first couple of days where all that information is coming at you is a little bit overwhelming. So I've kind of condensed it down to something as quick as possible, with places that they can go back and refresh their memory as they're kind of making sense of their schedule and different teachers and where they go. So I am sending you this email because I wanted you to be aware that you could reach me several different ways. One, of course, you can call the school at 228-8268. You can send me an email at jamba@mail.glasgow.k12.mt.us, and I will certainly respond there. Also, if you join the Remind app and to get the text notifications, if you have a question about something, you can text me and I will answer there back to you. So there are lots of places to kind of really keep the lines of communication open. If you have a question about something or you're concerned about something, please let me know so that I can help and answer those things if I can. I wanted to make you aware that every week, at the beginning of every week, whenever that is, whether I think for 6th grade, I have both my 6th grade English classes are on white days, but whenever that beginning of the week falls and whenever I have your child, please be aware that they receive an updated grade slip at the beginning of every week. If the week starts on a Tuesday and it's a white day, it's going to be on that day. It's whenever I see them that first time for that week. They get an updated grade slip face down on their desk so that they can see how the previous week's work has impacted them. Right before midterm and right before report card, they will receive a full printout, so that if there's any miscommunication as far as, oh, I turned this in, oh, here this is, it's an error on my part, that's really our opportunity to kind of look at it together and see if everything is the way that it should be before it's posted to the office. In addition, the kids are going to be well versed by the time they leave us in being able to look up their grades and see how they're doing on the actual PASS system itself. And so we're hoping that the ability to do that both in the family and with the student really shows that transparency in grades and where they are at any given time. The syllabus is going to be something, as I said, that the kids are going to be seeing in a screencast much like this. They're going to be seated in smaller stations so that I can visit with kids in smaller groups on my own in person. This is my way of cloning myself so that kids are listening to me go over very quickly elements of the syllabus. Also, I'm going to be giving them or going through a tutorial so that they can join the Remind app if they wish. And so those are all going to be different stations that they come into the first couple of days of school while I'm talking in person and kind of getting to know the kids and making connections in that way. Once those syllabus pages, these receipt pages come home, which is the one thing that they'll get, it is up to them to sign the top saying that yes, they've gone over the syllabus, they've had an opportunity to ask questions, and you can sign the bottom and award them extra credit showing that yes, you have looked over the syllabus and you're aware of anything and you've had the opportunity to ask any questions. So we're really hoping that in multiple places these resources will be available so that you have lots of ways that you can kind of get to what you need to. I'm really excited to have your kids. I realize that they have been at the middle school before, gone to Earl and come back. But what's really cool is we are building such an amazing concept for middle school kids here. We have so many things going on, so many fun things and different things for them to get involved in that it really does feel like a completely different school. I hope that you found this video tutorial informative in that you are aware of where things are and how to get to them. And if you have any questions, as always, you can give me a call or send me an email. Welcome to Glasgow Middle School. So excited to have you.